I just want to set the mood for this intro so you can kind of see where I'm going with it. Rabbit holes in Paralives. Let's say your sim. Yes, I know this is a Paralives video, but hold on to your horses for a second. Wakes up probably at 3 a.m. because what is a sleep schedule, anyways? They make food, they begin to eat, and as they're finishing their brekkie, it's just about to be 9 a.m., which means they need to get to work. They quickly change, super easy, barely an inconvenience for them, and they walk out the front door. They disappear into their workplace, aka a rabbit hole. And now you're stuck at home watching time speed by, unless you have another sim to play with. Either way, there's no way you're going to bump into your working sim during their work hours. But what if you could? What if you could see that sim working? Like if they were a bus driver, you could see them driving around town. Maybe they're a cashier and you can walk into a store to buy something and interact with them in a super NPC way. Would this be better? I think so, and I'm going to tell you why. Hey, welcome to my channel, Catchy Virus. Now, I don't normally do 3 videos in a week, but another dev chat was released, and I gotta start making these things preferably on the day they're published. This dev chat is from February 26th. If you're interested in seeing my other dev chat videos, I have a playlist for you. Click the pop-up at the top right corner of the screen or find the link in the description box. Keep an eye out because I'll be adding more as they release these dev chats. If you enjoy this sort of video featuring the chats, the Q&As, please like this video and subscribe for future content similar to this. To begin, we're going to go over the weather questions and answers. The first question was about odd weather events, like there being lightning, and then all of a sudden there's a downpour of snow, which is an odd combo. Christine replied that the team is interested in incorporating odd weather events into the game. Another example of an odd weather event would be extreme amount of rain and hail in a short time period, but it affects the environment and community for a few hours after it's ended. So that would be an insane amount of hail. Once again, Christine replied that extremely quick weather events would certainly be interesting, and it would be interesting to see how pairs react or feel and how similar it is to how we react. For example, being scared while driving through a hailstorm. In addition, seasonal interactions like making a snowman has been considered. Jeremy says that they haven't discussed it yet, but they will try to include a few of them after researching seasonal interactions from around the world. Yeah, PG04KA wondered if players could decorate public spaces with seasonal decor. Anna liked the idea and thought it'd be really cool to be able to customize community spaces for the season. Kind of reminds me of Stardew. But of course, players can't decorate the town center, it just happens. But it's still cool. Overall, the Paralives community is coming up with some neat ideas and questions regarding the weather. I think it's awesome that weather and seasons will be incorporated into the base game. A very good question came in from Tiniest Platypus. It was about implementing a sleep schedule for a para. Anna confirmed that routine feature is a highly requested one, but she also suggested that it might be incorporated with the already confirmed house rule system. Either way, I think this would be a very important feature to include, since Sims' sleep schedule can become so wacky and frustrating. Talking about wacky and frustrating, Sims just have random birthdays. Like, I know you can make it so that they have random birthdays, but like, if you just let them age up on their own, it doesn't even align with their previous birthdays within the seasonal year. That's why Zalia, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, that's why their question was another great one. They wondered if birthdays could be on a set schedule each year. However, this is something that the dev team is still trying to figure out. I'm very excited to hear more news about this. If birthdays could work like how they do in Stardew rather than The Sims, then I will be a very happy camper indeed. And it would feel way more realistic. There were tons of questions about the picture frames, like if there'd be decor items or would pairs be able to interact with them. The answer is undecided. Or how much it would cost to change the size of a picture frame. The answer to that is each frame has a different price tag, and when you start changing the size of it, it'll probably increase or decrease the value. Another picture frame question was about standing frames and if they could be scaled up to make custom cafe stands. Jeremy says that it totally seems possible. Our final picture-related question was about having posed family portraits or paintings or sculptures or photos. This isn't a feature right now, but Alex said it's something that the team will consider adding eventually. Wouldn't it be so cool if your para family could just like pose for sculpture and then have a sculpture of their family in their house or backyard? Damn, I'm thinking about those real rich para folk out there and they have like multiple sculptures of their family. That would be fun. J11_art wondered if players will be able to import their own music for radios, similar to the way photos are imported into frames. Alice responded that they would love to make this possible. I also would love if they made it possible. I enjoy listening to my own playlist while I play games, so having it built into the game would be fun. This idea is another blast from the past for me, since you could previously do this in The Sims 2, and man oh man, my Sims just only listen to the radio. Like in every room, they would have a radio going because I wanted to listen to music. You know those crazy looking Disney characters? Do you want to be able to recreate them? Alice believes that you will be able to in Paralives. That's amazing news if you're all about recreating cartoon characters. Hoopsie022 wanted to know if the color wheel would apply to pets and vehicles too. Alex said yes to the pets and that there will be presets for skin or fur color as well as some pre-made swatches to choose from. He also said that the color wheel will probably be able to apply to vehicles as well. Here comes the good stuff. Don't forget, dev chats aren't about confirming features, it's more so about brainstorming them. Nothing is confirmed at this moment. Wouldn't it be interesting to see paras working at their job? Like, you can't control them, but you would be able to see them working away. It was suggested to the dev team that they should consider filling in job positions that are typically done by NPCs with townies or our own parafolk. For example, maybe your parafolk can be a bus driver. Anna, like myself, enjoyed this question, calling it a moving rabbit hole. I love this idea. I hope this is something they really truly consider including. It would definitely make the town feel more alive because you would see your townies, your neighbors, your parafolk, and they would be working around and it would be an interesting environment to be in. Even Alex agreed that it'd be cool if job positions would be filled by townies or your own paras. It is something they're going to consider, but they have to see if it's possible on the technical side of things. Furthermore, it would be very neat to see how relationships would develop while paras are in these rabbit holes. How do you feel about moving rabbit holes and relationship building in rabbit holes? And the idea of your own para working for the town or in a job position an NPC would normally fill? I actually adore the idea of them filling in those necessary jobs around town, like being a bus driver or a post office worker. I think it would be cool to see my neighbor like delivering me my bills and mail and stuff. And like I said before, it would make the town feel more alive. I think it would create a better sense of community because then you actually see all of these characters interacting in a professional way and working within the town. And so it's just a community building feature, really. I hope that they do continue to consider these options and how they would work in Paralives. Anywho, if you could ask one question to the dev team, what would it be? Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget you can join in on the conversation through Patreon, as well as by following and interacting with Paralives' various social media accounts. If you want to see more Paralives news, updates, and dev chats, I have a few playlists that will be linked in the description box. Thank you all for your support. You don't know how much it means to me to receive all of these fantastic comments. It's unbelievable. Thank you. Now, the 3-day streak comes to an end. Unless something major happens with Paralives or The Sims. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!